Welcome back to the studio, I'm Laura. Today I'm going to be painting a dog commission, and it's of this little poodle. I think she's a miniature poodle, and she's very cute. So I got started with my underpainting and marking out where everything is supposed to be. This painting is a recreation of a photo I was given from my client, and that just makes it a lot simpler for me to sort out the placement of everything and get my construction lines in there. While I work on those construction lines, I wanted to tell you about some of the things that I have planned for the winter. Firstly, I'm looking to study a lot more art things. I do want to keep learning more about art, so I'm reading an art history book right now called The Story of Art, so I just started that. It's very interesting so far. And there's a lot of things that I never would have considered that it points out. The book starts out talking about different cave paintings and kind of examining the thought that goes into them, the purpose of art, especially that long ago, and then goes into Egyptian art, and then I've just reached the part where it's discussing Greek art, which involves a lot of sculpture as well. A very interesting point they made is that the way people see art evolves over time, right? So if we were to look at art from hundreds of years ago, we feel as though it's outdated, but at the time, they considered it the same way that we would look at modern art, like the things that, say, I paint, for example. It's all about the way people think in a given time period. So that book definitely is providing me some food for thought, and I'm only 4 chapters in. I'll put this in the description box below as well, but it's called The Story of Art by E.H. Gombrich. People often ask me what my plans are for art school, and quite honestly, I don't plan on going to art school for the time being. Of course, I can always reconsider that, but I don't see a reason to at the moment, which has definitely sparked debate with some people I've met. I feel like if you're gonna attend college or university nowadays, it's very important to have a specific reason or career option that will result from that degree. Because if you just go and you get your degree, then you leave university and have no direction. So I'd much rather not be in university and have direction and have a clear path to a career than spend a lot of time and a lot of money for something that I have no definite purpose for. If I wanted to get hired at a prestigious studio such as Disney or Pixar, then having a degree could definitely help with that. And that's not to downplay the importance of education, because obviously I do value education. I'm reading an art history book and finding it interesting. There is a place for education, and there's a place for college and university, but for artists, we can learn a lot of things from other places. I've learned most of what I know from YouTube and just the internet in general. I've also taken courses that, I've paid a lot of money for, but it's been a lot less than a university degree, but I've gotten a lot of value from those things. Every form of education has its own time and place, and I think that's something younger generations, such as myself, are really realizing is you can learn a lot of things for free or for significantly less than a degree and end up having a very fruitful and successful career. Anyways, that concludes my TED Talk on university. I have also recently discovered the world of art books and the true inspiration that they can bring. I was gifted Loish's first 2 books, which are The Art of Loish and the Sketchbook of Loish, which I'll put those titles in the description as well. They have been very interesting to study, because I've been a fan of Loish's work for a little while now. I discovered her through samdoesarts on YouTube. Her style is it provides me with a lot of inspiration. I've learned a lot of things from doing little studies in my sketchbook from her books. I can't wait to eventually get Loish's 3rd book because I'm very excited to see what else she has. I would also really like to get Sam Yang's art book that he recently released. I really admire his work. I've been a fan for a long time, and I would love to support him through his book. You may have noticed that I have a lot of admiration for digital artists, and they honestly provide me with most of my inspiration for the way I paint. Quite honestly, there's no reason that traditional artists can't recreate the look of digital art, in my opinion. It provides me with a very challenging goal to achieve the look of digital art with acrylic paintings. That gives me a lot of motivation to keep learning and growing and experimenting and just painting in general. The idea that someday my paintings could look like Sam's or Loish's digital paintings is just mind-boggling. That is kind of a more recent goal of mine, is to get that look. Of course, in my own style. I'm not saying that I want to copy Sam's work or anything like that. It's important to realize how far you can take your work. Literally, the sky is the limit, even with traditional mediums. Since the market season ended recently, I've had more time to kind of plan out what I want to be exploring in the next few months. I will be doing a portfolio update, so my next video is actually going to be a wedding painting of my cousin. I'm going really big with it as well. It's going to be a 24 by 36 inch because I'm looking to practice painting large portraits. And large it will be, and especially because I'm going with a kind of vertical portrait orientation, and it'll be waist up for both of the subjects, which will make them quite large on the canvas. And this will be very exciting because it will make the portraits themselves very large on the canvas, and I'll be able to really practice my likenesses and try out some new rendering techniques. It'll definitely be a month-long project. It's probably a 20-hour painting at least, but I'll be trying to get it done in about 3 weeks would be the ideal for me. So that'll be my next project after I'm done the original that I'm working on. I've been working on that painting kind of on and off for over a month now. I really just need to finish it, before I begin a new painting. So I'm going to finish that one, which you can see on my Instagram and Facebook by the time this video comes out. That painting has been stressing me out a little bit for, the month since I started it. I do just really need to finish it, and I know that I can finish it this week. I have about 10 hours in my schedule to finish it, and I've put in about 6 already, so a 16-17 hour painting. Considering the number of elements in the piece and also the size, that is quite good timing, and if I can finish it in that amount of time, I'll be very happy. Back to the commission for a moment. I was really making a lot of progress on the ball pit. It was coming together a lot easier than I expected, which was very good for me. Sometimes you never really know how an element is going to turn out in a painting. Like, I've never painted anything like a ball pit before. I couldn't really say how easy that was going to be for me. That's why when I book commissions and other such paintings, I always make sure to budget at least 3 weeks of painting time, because sometimes I'll get stuck on something and then I need to have that extra buffer time in case I need it. In this case with this painting, it came together really quickly for me and I was quite in my comfort zone with it. So that extra time was not really necessary, however, I'm glad that I had it so that I didn't have to be stressed. Overall, I've had a really good season this year, just the summer season in general, and I'm really looking forward to figuring out next year's plan. I will not be doing as many markets next year. I might do a few, but it is not a priority. I think I mentioned in one of my summer videos that I had a big update / surprise that I was keeping a secret, and that surprise is that I'm trying to move to Alberta. It has been a very difficult time to try and move, so I was actually hoping to have moved by now, but that has not happened because of the house market. So hopefully I'll be able to move in the spring, and we'll see about that, but that is just kind of causing some conflict with my wedding painting business. So I have been putting that off a bit because weddings are usually booked about a year in advance, and since I can't guarantee where I'm going to be in a year, I haven't really been looking to book them. I'm originally from Alberta and I'm very excited to move back there actually. I kind of miss it, so I'm looking forward to it. However, it makes business planning very difficult. I can still do commissions because I can ship commissions anywhere. This painting I'm working on, I actually shipped to Alberta. My client has already received it as a gift for his wife, and yeah, he was very happy with it, so that was good to hear. And also a great experience to have a cross-provincial client, if you will. I've gotten to work with so many amazing people this year and had such amazing clients who have just been a pleasure to work with and paint for. Every single time I have a client like this one, it just reaffirms to me that this is what I want to do because I really enjoy making people so happy with my work. This here is the final results of the painting, and I was super happy with it. I'll have my next video out for you on December 1st, and until next time, happy painting!